BBN, Jack Fruits. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Yo, so last night, I want to say this real quick. So last night, I made a joke about about Jalen. Is that how you say her name? Jalen. About by the way, that's 6ix9ine's girlfriend. About how apparently she attacked him in the manner of a One Piece character. The dude's name is Zoro. He's like, at first he was a pirate hunter, now he's an actual pirate. Go figure. And then he becomes the king of hell. So that's a whole nother thing. In any regard, I made a joke about how she attacked him actually. I had no context except for we played a couple of clips of him speaking in Spanish. Now, I told y'all I do not speak Spanish. Sometimes I guess I understand. And what did I tell y'all happened? I told y'all she attacked him, but I don't speak Spanish. But somehow I guess I understood. That's what happened. That's literally what happened. Watch the show last night, fam. So I'm bugging over that. So apparently she attacked him. There's video footage. I guess she thought she was like saw Jim Duggan or something. She had a 2x4. She was going to work, but it wasn't an American 2x4, so it was like painted white. It wasn't just like the wood color, because that would be an American 2x4. I'm wondering how an African 2x4 would look. I'm curious. It was a Dominican 2x4. It was all white. It had a BBL. Anyway, so apparently she was whooping his ass. Oh, man. I hope everybody's fine. I'm making jokes. At least the jokes to me. I don't know what anybody else is doing with it. But apparently he is doing fine currently. So I guess his pride is hurt more than anything else. But what I find it interesting is this. Is Zeus gonna pull up on him? Because I think this would benefit. Hold on, bear with me. Slow down now. I think this would benefit the Zeus network. I mentioned this last night. I think that would benefit the Zeus network. Zeus already works with Whack 100, right? What you guys think? Anyway, I got a poll up. Please, everybody vote. I'm curious what you guys think. So the question is, do you feel bad for 6ix9ine for getting hit by his girlfriend? So far, 7 people have voted. We got 17 people in here right now. If you are capable of voting, I do understand now on I think you got to empty your cache on your YouTube or something like that. Somebody spoke on it yesterday. They said how you can fix the issue. But I understand that some of you can't vote currently. It like doesn't show you the options or something. So I'll tell you what the options is from the top down to the bottom right now. The first option would be yes. The second option would be no. The third option would be 50-50. You know, like I kind of feel bad for him, but I kind of don't. And the third option is the fourth option is if you just want to see the results. You want to understand what the toxicity of it all is. In any regard, that was wild though, because I keep trying to tell y'all, I don't speak Spanish, but so I used to hang out my best friend when I was a kid, like the only kid that lived on my block, by the way, Freddie Roman. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to his mom's Ada. All of my toys came from their crib. So apparently, whenever she bought him new toys, which she did all the time, that kid was him and his sister. They got all the toys. So he used to just let me have his other toys. I had a ColecoVision when he bought the NES. I got the Sega, by the way. So my father went to the store to buy the Nintendo for me, but you know he's old. He didn't know what was what. And it was both the same price. So it wasn't like he was trying to do nothing weird. He really tried to get me. He came back with the Sega. That was still dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a stack. I appreciate it. That's one of I'm gonna say the best Christmases that I can remember having as a child, without a shadow of a doubt. Pulled up with the Sega. I wish it was the NES. Don't get it confused. But it pulled up with the Sega, and nobody else had the Sega. You understand? So sometimes, for like a couple of months during that time, and this is why I try to tell you, I mostly hung out with like older people because I lived alone. So who else was coming to my house? No kids was coming to my house. You understand? So when I did get the Sega, now all of my older cousins would come over. So now I think it got it probably like 10, 11 maybe. And so now all of my older cousins was coming over because, you know, they could get to the crib because nobody had a Sega. Everybody had an NES. So if you wanted to play the Sega games, you had to pull up to the crib. There's only one had one. So that was kind of dope. Shout out to Latoya Hicks. She says, greetings. Greetings to you, fine lady. I hope everything's going well with you and yours this morning. So 8 people voted, and no one so far feels bad. No one feels bad for 6ix9ine. Everybody's like, you know what? I wish I was there. I would have got a couple of shots in myself. In any regard, I think this is something that these dudes will want to pull up on. What's the other things we want to be having a little conversation about this morning? Also, I want to talk about. Oh, sheesh! I hit the button. Also, obviously, I want to talk about Tory Lanez, and we want to talk about Diddy this morning. And maybe if we can, hopefully get some politics in. But could I say something about your man, Draymond Green, real quick? What did I say they should do to Draymond Green? Before he got, listen, pay attention. Before Draymond Green, before they said how many games he was gonna be given for the situation, I said they should just sit him the whole season. What did they say? He's out indefinitely. They didn't even give him a time yet. Fam, now how many times I gotta tell y'all? I be telling y'all what's gonna happen. Let's go. Imagine if people played the stock market depending on what I be talking about. Just so we can be clear, a couple of days ago, video is still up. Someone came in here. They wanted to talk about the Draymond Green situation. I said, Joe, they should give him like 50 games. Then we continued to talk about it. And then I was like, the next offense after the 50 games, maybe have him out for the season. Then I said, hold on. How many games is the season even in? I went and I checked how many games the Knicks was. I think I found out the Knicks was like 7-13. I don't know. I don't think they do it too well. In any regard, I was like, they should just sit on the season. Now, what do we find out? He's out indefinitely. Video is still up, fam. I don't got a cap. I do this. This isn't fake. This isn't a scam. How many times do I have to do something dead in front of somebody's eyes in order for them to believe that I am who I say I am? Any regard, I don't even know Spanish. I told you what happened. That's still killing me because so I used to hang out at Freddie's crib all the time, right? There was so basically he had a hallway right outside of his door where it was like a long hallway. So we used to play in the hallway like when the winter came. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't go outside. We had a garden we used to play in. It was like a dirt garden area. Like it was dope because we had like mad G.I. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So his mother only spoke to them in Spanish. They spoke whatever, but he refused to speak Spanish for whatever the reason is. She used to argue with him about it. Just refused. And anyway, so she used to always talk to us in Spanish. Shout out to Ada. She used to always talk to us in Spanish. So I don't know Spanish, but I mean, I guess I get it. I can't explain it in any regard. So he got beat up by his girl. She had a 2x4. I think they said she got arrested. I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know how I feel about that. I know she wailed back like this, and that nigga jumped up like that for the block and shit. That nigga said, Wakanda! He jumped right up for the block. She swung that 2x4 at him. I know that much. I had to hurt. You got to grab the stick, fam. You can't just have her with the stick. She might hit by somebody else by accident. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine somebody would have been coming up behind her trying to stop, hold on. And she's not even thinking. She went back like that, hit them. Somebody could get hurt. You got to get the weapon. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect, this isn't trying to hurt the individual. We do understand that once you actually try to get the weapon, that there's going to be lies. We understand this, but we also have to make sure that that individual doesn't hurt themselves or hurt the people around, especially if you already have somebody taping. Got to get the weapon. You know what I'm saying? Person might hurt themselves. You don't ever know. God forbid they hurt themselves and then you get in trouble for it. Look, put it like this. Tory Lanez is currently in jail right now. 10 years he's supposed to be serving. If I'm correct on that, I might be wrong. And just to add insult to injury, he's not the person that he tried to prevent the injury from happening. It's just in case anybody think that something is crazy about what I'm speaking about in this 6ix9ine situation. He tried to prevent the injury, and I told y'all that this is what happened. And for anybody that's trying to say, yeah, but he got found guilty, he's in jail right now, I'm gonna say we just had a witness come out, and it's going into appeals court right now. A witness basically that contradicts the witnesses that took the stand directly, and that witness was literally the only person that was sober at the scene of the situation. I don't know how much more can be explained about this. That was the person that was the only person that was sober. Just so we could be clear. So what this does is, with all due respect, creates a situation where the courts have to take this seriously. Because if they don't, if this isn't enough to give them a new trial, it's going to look like this is underhanded business. It's going to look like, you know what? He got railroaded. Give me one. Oh, there we go. Tell me where the lie's at. It's just going to look that way, fam. Don't let them say no to the appeal, and then they go contact Trump hear about this and be like, he should be out of jail. You know how many more votes Trump would get off of the strength of that? Because there's people that probably are not, they like, you know what, I'm not going to vote at all because, if I got to choose between Biden and Trump, I don't want neither one of them. Because if I don't like either party, I'm not voting for nobody. That's the way I do. And there's other people that think like me also, just so we can be clear. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a person that's saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the Biden administration, but I also, I just cannot vote for Trump. It just is what it is. And then a situation like this might make them say, you know what? I have to be in the favor of justice. So even though I don't vote for Trump, he does do what he say he's going to do, and this would be in favor of justice. That might sway a mind or two. You don't know how many votes will come his way just due to that, of people who just decided to not vote. I'm going to abstain. So that would just be an incredible point that could be made in Trump's favor if he was thinking about a political position to take. If you wanted to, in some way, use one person's misfortune for your favor. In any regard, Latoya Hicks said he should not be in jail. What the? I don't think he should be in jail neither. I told you. Also, if you don't remember, the story that this guy told the police is basically the story I told y'all. The first story that came out about what happened. Video is still up, fam. I don't got a cap. What year this happened in? 2020? So it's going to be in August of 2020. Video's still up, fam. I don't got a cap. I just did this shit like 3 or 4 times in the last like 2 days. Do I really, like, in the last like 2 days, how much shit happened that I prognosticated by accident? Think I really got to lie about this? By accident, but mind you, not even shit that we was really talking about. Somebody just came in here and was like, yo, 6ix9ine, and then a thing. And then I said, oh shit, bring it up. And I was like, man, I don't understand this. He's speaking in Spanish. And we played it for a little while. And I sat here and I just absorbed whatever the hell he was talking about, because I don't know what it was. Somebody go back and listen to the part that he was talking, what we was listening to, and come back and tell me what he was actually saying. So I was just like, it was last night, by the way, during the Tonight Show. I was like, so I'm like, I don't know about none of this shit. I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about. This is in Spanish. Anybody speak Spanish? Nobody wanted to say nothing. I closed the phone down, and then I started making jokes about him getting beat up. And then I made this joke specifically. Hold on. I said she came at the nigga like she came at the nigga like Zorro from One Piece, like this. She unsheathed on this nigga. I assume that's how you're gonna have to do the attack. In any regard, I made that joke, right? I don't speak fucking Spanish, nigga. I don't know how I understood. Remember, the person came in the chat and said he hit her. So as far as what we were talking about, we was discussing that Tekashi attacked her. And then I heard the audio and made that joke. That's a fact. Latoya Hicks says, you be right about a headline. Fan, I ain't lie about who I am. I've been honest. Oh, we got at least one person that voted. More than one person. 25%. So we got 25% of 16. Was that 4? Anyway, so 4 people voted for yes. No, that wouldn't be 25, would it? It would, right? What am I? What? I'm not gonna stop questioning myself. Four people said that they feel bad for Tekashi 6ix9ine. So I'm guessing his mother, him twice. I'm counting the people that voted. Oh man, all right. Let's talk about a thing. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I don't really care. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Today's Friday, right? Shout out to Friday. It's Friday. It's late in the day. I started the show late today, so I know a lot of people are probably going to a different show minding their business. They was like, yo, there's gonna be no morning coffee today. My fault. Actually, it would have been a little bit later. So I did a thing. You're gonna probably see it tonight. So I had to run back to the store to go get something because I went out this morning to go get a thing and I forgot to bring it back with me, but I did a whole bunch of other stuff. So shout out to that. In any regard, I want to get off of the Tekashi conversation. Let's talk about the Meg Thee Stallion conversation. Is that cool? If y'all want to still talk about Tekashi, put it in the chat. It's already open. I'm still gonna refer to I'm still gonna respond to Tekashi conversation, 6ix9ine conversation. But I want to move on to your man, and the Draymond thing that I had told y'all about. I told y'all. I was like, just let that guy sit out the rest of the year. It's too dangerous, man. He hit the dude when the dude wasn't paying attention. Could easily concuss that guy and change the trajectory of his career. That's dangerous. You see, when a lot of the fights happened back in the 80s and in the 70s, even in the 90s, niggas squared up. It was different. You saw sucker punches. But why do you call a sucker punch a sucker punch? Not because the person getting hit is a sucker. It's because the person throwing the punch is a sucker. You understand? So there's sucker punches. Don't get it confused. But a lot of the fights that happened in the 80s and in the 90s, it was standing head up, especially if you was a known tough guy. You couldn't be a known tough guy throwing a sucker punch. You had to square up. I just don't see Draymond squaring. He just threw a that was dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. In any regard, I told y'all. They said indefinitely. Imagine if somebody played the stock based on what the heck I be talking about. Think about that for a moment. Somebody was in here like just listening to us every morning and then playing their stock market based on the stuff we be talking about, based on how often I've been right about stuff. Based on how often I've been right about stuff. In any regard. What up, Arthur D. Glass? Salute. He says, God bless. It's Friday. That's a fact. Hey, so I've been thinking about a thing. We got to get into the gym. I'm thinking about doing gym content, so we have to go for a gym membership. So I think that that's something that we're going to put on the list. A gym membership. That's $50 a month. So I think that's something that we need to think about and get into. We got to do a gym membership. I want to start creating content at the gym. Not just basketball content, by the way. Just content in general. What up, Jay Tizzy? How you doing in the morning? Salute. Salute Arthur D. Glass. Yeah, we got to get some gym content. Also, I just got to get into the gym, period. Especially with me thinking that my arm is tingling over here. That's the signs of you might you might get hit with a very, very bad stroke. So I probably need to get into the gym just in general. I've been thinking about that shit since last night. The poll topic is 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine was attacked by his girlfriend. The question is, do you feel bad for him? The first choice, yeah, I need to get to the gym. The first choice is, and I need to improve my diet. I don't know how I'm going to do neither one of those things at the moment. The first choice is yes. The second choice is no. The third choice is 50-50. And the fourth choice is you just want to see the results. You just want to see the chaos. Want to see all of the chaos. It's happening up there in the poll. Want to know who's making what. All of the bacons. All of the babies. people outside yelling and trying to listen. It's kind of like ear hustling, but not. With that being said, I got something on the side of the house that needs to be like painted over. You know, like when on the outside of the house, weathering happens. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to paint over it. And I had a neighbor that wanted me to go with a brush and try to clean off the shit. It can't come off. You got to paint over it. You're like, sheesh, man. Calm down. I don't mean nobody no harm. I don't mean nobody no harm. I don't want no problems. You can't get that off with a brush. It's just, that's not the way that works. Anyway, so that's where my mom was at. Anyway, yeah. All due respect. Due respect. Oh, that's you, Jay? Shout out to Jay Tizzy with the $10 drop. He says, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my good buddy. Appreciate all of yous. If we get to our limit today, we're going to go make sure that we get to the gym today. If we get to the limit to be able to go, we're going to make sure that we start our membership in the gym today. Because I'm definitely, my side is, I've been thinking about that. Like, if I have a stroke in here by myself, like, that's it. Nobody can't get in here to save me. I'm done. Anyway. I might make a coffee. I got a little bit of coffee in there. I might make me a coffee, get a little bit a minute. I'm in no rush. I'm having a good time this morning. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. I hope everybody is appreciating the show. Put some topics down in the comment section. I'm ready to talk about whatever you guys are ready to talk about. I'm feeling good this morning. Let's tell some jokes. Saloon on the Tonight Show. I'm not doing Saloon in the morning coffee no time soon. If it gets consistent in the Tonight Show, then I'll bring it to morning coffee. But as of right now, Saloon is only going to be during a Tonight Show. And we're going to be having more consistency with the Tonight Show. I'm going to apologize about that. We're going to be trying to be back on time. And like I said, the Tonight Show is generally going to be Monday through Friday. But since it's been so inconsistent as of late, I might just do it consistently every day until we get to a consistent Monday through Friday run in. With that being said, back to Tory Lanez. The driver is the only individual that was sober. No one else was sober. Everyone else had drinks. The driver was driving around. The driver, the security guy, him now giving a statement is a big deal, especially if it runs contrary to any of the testimony that was given inside of the court. Because now you're basically saying that two people that was inside of the courtroom giving testimony in a trial that got someone convicted lied. You do understand this, right? You get it? The other day, and since all of this has happened, I asked y'all, do you think Megan Thee Stallion's career is going to survive if Tory Lanez gets convicted? And this is way before the actual trial started. When we was having these conversations, this is the period of time I'm talking about specifically. And there was people in here that agreed with me. And there were also people saying no, that they didn't agree with me. They thought that if he got found not guilty, that that's the only way that people are gonna then, like, you know, they don't think he's guilty. Just so I could be clear, they weren't in here saying that he was guilty. They just held the position that if he got found not guilty, people were gonna be more mad at Meg. And I was saying, no, I don't believe that to be true. Because sooner or later, the truth is going to come out. So if he gets found guilty, then he's going to have to say, bring the proof that the other girl didn't shoot him in the first place, because that's what I was telling y'all. The other girl shot her, or whatever the hell happened. It was Kelsey. I told y'all that. The video, check August of 2020 on our page. During that period of time, we was having these conversations. August of 2020. Now, with that being said, people are going to be more mad at her now because now she actively, what's worse, a liar or a rat? And don't tell me they both the same. What's worse, a nigga snitching on some shit you actually did, or somebody making something up that you did not do for you to have to bear the consequences to? What's worse? That part. That's why every time somebody's going in on a snitch, I'm like, well, yeah, you can't snitch. But I do understand that most of the problems that's being caused out in the street ain't from snitching, it's from liars. Because y'all know a nigga's a liar. And he'll bring some information to you and you just believe it. When you know they lied about some other shit and some other shit and maybe some other shit. What up, Jones? Salute. That's the worst thing. A liar. Like, nah, we ain't fucking with snitches. Don't get that confused. But a liar, that's the one that's effing the street up. Tell me where the lie at. Yeah. What up, my brother? How's it going? Tell me where the lie at, fam. That's why I be looking at people when y'all be congregating with other people. And I be like, hell. Because there's going to be a moment where you're going to tell me that you're solid. And I'm not trying to say you got to only hang out with tough dudes that's ready to go do, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger type shit at the drop of a hat. But I'm saying, you hanging out with a dude that's out here lying on another nigga name. How you doing that? Like, the hell? All right, fam. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Hang around that guy too long, your name is gonna be in something. In any regard. So her getting on the stand and just lying is way worse because he actually got found guilty. Way worse. In my opinion. Because if he beats the charges, yeah, it's terrible. Think about it like this. Check this out. Yeah, I know that dude, what's his name? Duty Low. So Duty Low was accused by his ex-girlfriend of doing just absolutely horrible stuff to her son. She got her son to lie on this dude. They created a case. It was found out that she lied and created the whole situation. Duty Low sued her. He won 20 million. Now she don't got 20 million. But see, that's the issue. People think, oh, you could sue me, but I don't got no money, so it don't matter. Yeah, but now you owe more money than you could possibly ever pay off, so you're going to live in debt. You're going to live in debt. You go get a regular job, your wages is garnished. You go try to do something, you can't. courts is there. You thought it was you thought it was funny when you was like, oh, it don't matter if they sue me. I don't got no money though. But now you're living in debt. And the person that's coming to collect, yeah, that's the government. They want to know every single thing you're doing because you gotta pay them. Because you're not just paying me. You're not just paying him. There's a whole bunch going. There's other politics that go on with that when you make that decision to get sued. There's other, because she made that decision. She decided she don't care about the legal ramifications of her actions. She made that decision. It was a conscious decision. Now imagine if Duty Low would have lost that situation. He would have been in jail on some shit that he had nothing to do with. That's what liars do. That's why liars are so dangerous. Shout out to Mike Jones. Shout out to Mike Jones, a super producer. He said one of my friends was in Tory's entourage. He been saying Tory didn't shoot that girl. Nah, Kelsey grabbed the weapon. Tory tried to get the weapon. Kelsey was getting her ass whooped by homegirl, Meg. When they went to go break the fight up, the two dudes was on Meg because Meg was just handling Kelsey. It was just what it was. She was beating the shit out of her. So Tory and the guard, the security, was breaking it up, but now they mainly on Meg. When they got mainly on Meg to get Meg off the girl darted back to the vehicle to grab the piece. Tory ran to go get it from her, and that's when the whole shit happened. That's why Meg in court was like, no, we never had a fight. Me and homegirl never had an altercation. They did. You understand? Liars are dangerous, fam. Y'all just be having liars around. Liars are dangerous, fam. I thought it was my phone. I was gonna write that with my phone and shit. I thought it was Imagine what would have happened to Duty Low. Nah, let her live in debt, man. Let her deal with that. She ain't never gonna be able to pay that off. She's never gonna be able to own a home. She's never gonna be able to get loans for anything, I'm pretty sure. And nothing big. Wages garnished right and left on everything. He's just gonna be getting a check. That's it. I don't know. I guess that's if his lawyers do what they're supposed to be doing. So, whatever. I wouldn't even care much about the 20 million. I just make sure the lawyers is paid up to make that the lawyers stay at her neck. Of course, I want the money when the money comes. I'm just saying what will be the most important aspect of this is that the lawyers stay at her neck. Because imagine I just go disappear and I don't make her have to pay that money. Imagine what she might do to another man. Imagine what kind of evil that person might go do out in the world. So y'all better start being mindful of that shit. Yeah, y'all better start being mindful of that shit. That would be called a checkmate. That's a fact. Yeah, no. I'm not even a big deal. Talk to the lawyers and everything. Matter of fact, y'all usually will get like 20% of whatever the findings are. Y'all could get 30. Just make sure y'all stay at her neck. Like that. So y'all working for yourselves. Y'all can get 30. Because I'm not even worried about that money. It's not something I'm counting on. That's something I'm going to be getting for the rest of my life as long as she's alive. She's never going to be able to pay. Move like that. Give the lawyers even more incentive. Move like that, fam. None of these chicks gonna play with Duty Low anymore. I promise you that. That lady is sick. People are sick. You accuse somebody of some shit like that they not doing nothing, no parts of it, nothing like that. You are sick. Like, that's sick. Jones says Kelsey ain't stand a chance. Meg built like a fullbacker for the fam. Meg was dragging her from what I heard. This is the way I heard it. Meg was dragging her. Like, so I'm gonna say this without a shadow of a doubt. Y'all women that is out here always talking smack and want to go up against, y'all really don't want to fight Meg. Like, she's one of the rapping chicks that y'all really don't want. Like, y'all probably don't want to fight Cardi either, because she look like she gonna just be on some super crazy shit. She be fighting in those. She was on those fighting shows. I don't know. I didn't watch any of those fighting shows. Did Cardi win any of those fights? I'm curious. I don't really care for that, and I don't watch that type of shit, and I'm not entertained by that type of shit. But built on the conversation we're having right now, I know that Cardi B used to be on one of those fighting shows, and I'm curious as to how well she did or didn't do. But I will say this much. Y'all do not want to go hands with freaking Megan Thee Stallion, fam. You can say what you want in your rap, but in real life, y'all rap chicks don't want it. She dragged that girl. She was just whooping on her. That's the way I heard it. I don't think it's funny that anybody got hurt, just so we could be clear. I'm laughing about the whole situation because it's like, what in the hell, fam? Y'all in the seat. Y'all in the thing. Meg is arguing at this nigga. Kelsey sitting there. She don't even know why Meg is spazzing on this nigga like that. Why you acting like a dick? She don't really even know. So then the nigga fucking Tory Lanez just spilled the beans. Yo, yeah, so me and Meg, we've been sleeping together like me and you been sleeping together. So now Kelsey like, what the hell are you talking about? What? All of the things. So then, right when that happened, they start arguing. Then this happened. Then they get out of the car. Then the fight. Wait, Meg is whooping the girl. That's the way I heard it. There's like 2 or 3 different ways I heard they got out of the car. I don't know which way is the right way, so I don't want to tell you the way it happened this time. I heard like 3 different ways how they got out of the car. I heard this story a ton of different ways, man, but there was 3 different specific ways that I heard that they got out of the car. I don't know exactly how the got out of the car thing happened, but when they got all the way out of the car, remember, they got the video camera over there too. They got all the way out of the car. Meg was whooping her. They jumped out of the car to get Meg off of the girl and break the fight up. That's all the dudes was doing. When they got Meg off of the girl ran in the car, grabbed the gun. Tory jumped to stop her from being able to shoot Meg. Now, maybe she wasn't going to shoot. I don't know. Maybe the gun went off because Tory grabbed it. I don't know. But she went and grabbed the gun, fam. So we got to assume she was going to use that shit. Got to assume she was going to use it. She didn't run down the block like this. Ah, help! She ain't do none of that. She didn't do none of that. I'm a super funny guy. You just got to know. I'm just really funny, fam. I'm just really, really funny. Just be surprised at some of the foolishness I've done. Really, really funny. Just gonna leave it at that. What the hell is going on with this? What the fuck? Part of my language. What is this? What else y'all want to talk about this morning? Put it in the chat. Okay, so there we go. Fixed. So like an issue. Was that a screen? Like I had a screenshot or some shit? Like what the fuck was that? That wasn't a screenshot. I don't know what that was. So I said like around March, right? For Diddy. Around March, they're gonna probably go pull up on Diddy and take care of him. Probably March, April. Because I'm assuming they're gonna wait until after the award season. Right? Khalees like 5'2". Oh, Kelsey like 5'2". Oh shit. So Kelsey's only 5'2". Meg is like what, 6 foot? Oh, she was whooping that girl. Oh man, and that's messed up. Anyway, co-founder of Bad Boy talking now. As far as Diddy is confirmed, yeah. Wait, he's talking? Talking? You talking about Pierre, right? You mean he's talking or they going after him? Because I know they was going. Kelsey was getting her butt whooped. That's what I heard, fam. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. She was getting her ass whooped and she grabbed the gun. And the guys was trying to get the gun from her. And the gun went off, but it didn't shoot Meg. But Meg did get hurt. So that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And once again, fam, choose your women correctly. Choose her right. Like, for real, for real. Also, the more you have to lose, the more important it is to trim down your extracurricular activities. The more you have to lose. So the more you have to lose, the more important it is to have one woman or even two women, like whatever you're doing, but make sure that it's streamlined and it's an understandable situation where nobody is feeling where they're being taken advantage of or they don't feel comfortable being in it. Because you can't have this, man. So first, most people, and I'm going to say something that I find interesting. So women are always talking about how they have to share man. They living in all of these situations in which where they're sharing a man. A man will be a good man, a man that they believe to be a good man, but the only problem is he can't leave that one chick alone. What if I told you that many a happier marriage is a stay-at-home mother who's able to have her kids, raise her kids in a nice, safe atmosphere. And she'll know that the husband is stepping out, but since he's only stepping out in a situation where she feels that her family and her situation isn't being put at jeopardy, that she doesn't make a big deal about it. And a relationship will happen like that for years on years on years. So I'm not saying that's something that I agree with or anything like that, but I'm saying that's the difference between the most important thing that a man could bring a woman besides God is safety, protection. One of the main reasons why I believe women are going initially would go after a man, it's not about money, it's about resources. So God says that a man can have as many wives as he can take care of, not just, physically, oh man, I can have sex all night, not that, but emotionally, mentally, financially, uh, physically be able to protect. Taking that into consideration, many men probably shouldn't have one wife, just so we can be clear. But the point in which I'm trying to make is God says that you can have as many wives as you can take care of. I think that this is just a conversation that we should have at some point. Because I think the problem is women seem to gravitate to men that can't take care of any women. But when there's a man that can't take care of a woman, those guys are considered simps. You take advantage of those guys, the guys that can take care of you. The guys that can't take care of you, you love those guys. You want to be in a relationship and have kids with them. Anyway, whatever happened to the other bodyguard that came out, not Gene Deal? Which bodyguard? What was he saying? Do you remember? Did you hear about the dude that was, we talked about it yesterday. He was a male escort that Diddy used to call. And he said a lot of them dudes was gay. He just started throwing names out there, fam. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even saying he's telling the truth. I don't have the slightest idea. As far as I know, this could be a hit piece. But dudes started throwing out other rappers' names, like Khaled. I was like, wow. The audacity. All of the audacities. This is something that I'm not sure if I could believe it. In any regard, I believe they're gonna take Diddy's money. They're gonna milk him dry. No pun intended. Pause. They're gonna empty his bank accounts. So they're gonna empty his bank accounts. This is at least what I believe. They're gonna empty his bank accounts, and then at some point when his money get low is when they're gonna come with the legal proceedings. But I'm assuming they wanna remove as much money away from his bank accounts as possible. There's a lot of things I want to talk about that I spoke about previously, but like I don't really want to. I have to close the curtain up some. I opened it up too much, and that's where some of my problems might have came from. So I'm not gonna open up the curtains, but so much. That's why I think some of my problems was also coming from, because I said a couple of things on here throughout the course of the years that might have been a lot as far as the way the industry works. In any regard, the Art of D Glass says it wouldn't be a surprise because a lot of them dudes like dipping in fudge droppings. I couldn't tell you. In any regards, I hate chocolate. Let's just be clear. Just so we could be clear. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I'm going to put me some coffee on. I'm going to go prepare my glass for coffee. It's a long process. Give me a second. I'm going to start preparing it. Then it's a long story. I'm not even going to explain. Be right back. Okay, so there we go. Walking on the Hershey Highway. I will have no Hershey's. Thank you very much. I'll be Strawberry Highway. I don't know what are we calling the other option. That's the highway I'm gonna be on. Is that a local road? Is there tolls? I heard there tolls. Oh man. Anyway, what are you guys talking about? Oh man. Oh man, what are you guys talking about over here? I'm doing all of the things. I don't know what to tell you, fam. You can choose your own adventure. All right, let's look at this tour real quick. 6ix9ine girl ran him over with a car. I don't know. It was a fight or some shit. Getting hit by his girlfriend. What you think? Anytime the word "hit" is used, they think there was a car involved. Also, you think being ran over by the car is being hit by the car, rather than the car making contact with the person and then the person being propelled. Because being ran over by the car is literally being ran over by the car. So I want to know, at what level of not understanding this simple question were you at? In any regard, shout out to Ken Thompson. 27 people voted. How many more people want to vote? I want all of the votes we can get. And Ken Thompson, I'm just joking with you, my buddy. Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Yeah, they do say hit by a car sometimes. This time it says hits by a girlfriend. Yes, that does happen. Sometimes it also says hit by falling debris. I'm just saying. Yeah, that part. Fucking shoulder, my arm is just killing me. I really gotta get some more exercise in. Probably get some grapefruit juice today or something. Oh, you don't feel bad? He was not hit by a car, though, just so everybody can know. I have no idea where Ken Thompson got this theory from. I was about to ask you, which article did you read? That's what I was about to like. Is there an article attached to this idea of yours? Would love to know what it is. Damn it. Which y'all guys want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What are we talking about anyway? Just because I made started talking about what Ken Thompson is talking about, that doesn't mean I'm not talking about what we talking about. What we talking about? Scrolling back up. I don't know, but apparently, Diddy loves to. I'm going to tell you what the dude said that was just absolutely upsetting to me. For everybody that don't know, there's a dude that he did an interview in like 2015 or some shit. He was interviewed by like the police, local police or something. In this interview with the local police, he said a whole bunch of shit. Now, a lot of the things that he said, it was in Cassie's paperwork. Was in Cassie's situation that she had going against Diddy. And this was 2015. And one of the things that he had said is that Diddy had them like on a monitor or some shit. And he was like watching, and he'd be on the phone talking. And then while he's on the phone talking, then he'll say over a loudspeaker to tell them to do a different thing to her. Dude said he felt like a slave. That's crazy. So he felt like a slave. Like, wow. in any regard. And she didn't want to do any of that. And everybody knew she didn't want to do any of that. Yeah, it's looking bad for Diddy. I don't think they want to delete him, though. They might want to put him in prison. They don't want to delete him. I think they want to put him in prison. I know they probably do want to delete him. They probably do want to. I mean, I don't know. I'm saying if there was somebody that did want to delete him, I'm not saying that anybody does. I would assume one of the first things they would want to do is destroy his name. So when he does get deleted, he won't be able to have any kind of fame attached to him. There won't be no acclaim. We won't be celebrating him. You understand? And that'd be something to know that that's actually what's going to happen before that's while you're passing away. You know, lived all of these years with a good name that no one now everybody knows, and I'm dying. Well, he had dudes give him blowjobs just to exhibit power over them. I mean, first of all, dudes giving you blowjobs, period, is insanity. But just to exhibit power over somebody, you make somebody do a sexual act to you just so you can have power over them, not even for any kind of gratification, sexual gratification. Give me 1 second. That's a different kind of depravity. You're not even doing anything for your own happiness. You're doing something just for the act of destroying somebody else's happiness. The levels of evil that is, I don't even think many people would even be able to comprehend. You know how evil it is to do something to somebody because you just want to destroy their happiness? Just because you want them to feel sad? And this is what I mean by when I be talking and I be saying there's so much evil in the world. People are constantly doing evil all the time. And other people just look past it like it's bad behavior. It's evil. It's not just bad behavior. There's more to it. Hold that person accountable. People love to say that they're a good person, right? But the only acts that they perceive as a good act is one that means money is exchanging hands. They'll tell you you're not a good person because you're not helping somebody financially with this and that. And the whole entire time, you might be the person that needs financial help yourself. They'll just overlook that, say that's an excuse. Pay attention to the people that want to help you because they want to help you. And pay attention to who the people are that want to help you only when it's convenient. Sometimes it's just too inconvenient to help. Don't hold nobody accountable because it's so inconvenient for them to help. Sometimes it's just too inconvenient. Yeah, there's a lot of sick people in this world. That's a fact. Fam, there's people that just, well, okay, so one of the main reasons why I think that we should have our children doing something instead of just going outside and playing with their friends is because that's when Satan get them. That's when all of the bad ideas come to them. When they off to themselves, hanging out with their friends too much that you don't know who those friends are. That's when your children start changing. But if we got them in some kind of constructed environment, then we can mold and shape them into the thing that can make them the happiest in life. Not turn them into what you might want them to be, but allow for them to be able to find the thing that makes them them, and then we can help them grow that thing inside of themselves so they could be that greatest magnification of who they can be inside of who they are of that thing. So how can we work on that if we constantly just send them out into the world, which is then going to manipulate them? And at the point, you have to understand the only thing out in the streets is saying, because the Most High is home with you. Don't pull up on your kids, laughing and joking. Love the book It. I didn't read much of it. It was thick as hell. I did see the movie. The second movie I liked. The first movie, I read more of the book than I seen of the movie. And that's why I initially said I loved the book. The first two parts that came on television, it just didn't look interesting enough for me to keep my attention. The second two movies that came out of it were incredible. But the point in which I think should be even magnified more than anything else is the genius of the main antagonist, primarily looking like a clown, looking like something that should be happy, looking like something that brings joy and laughter, when in reality, what clowns bring is mischief. It's actually genius. This is good. Genius. Because that's how they get your kids. They get your kids by making your kids think they're having fun. Oh, this is fun. You know, you're not supposed to do this if your parents were around. If somebody was responsible was around, they wouldn't allow you to do this. But come on, do this with me over here. Wink, wink. Now your kids are distant, hiding shit from you. Now you got to snoop. You've been snooping. Always did. But now it feels like snooping because the kid is hiding things. Whereas before, your kid was never hiding anything, so it didn't feel like snooping. It just felt like cleaning up. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. They like to tell you I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell me where I'm wrong. They just don't like the way I say what I say. They want me to say it the way they want me to say it. And I'm going to say it the way that I say it. Because I'm me and you. I always thought that was interesting. Also, I didn't know that clowns was scary until the movie came out. And I never saw the movie. I just heard the name of it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Until I heard the name of that movie, I didn't even know clowns were supposed to be scary. I just want y'all to know that. I had no idea. Never thought about clowns. I literally was taken to a circus when I was a little kid, real little. My mom's, like one of the few times I saw my mom's when I was a kid, I had to be probably like 6, maybe. I think it was before I started first grade. I'm not 100% sure though. In any regard, yeah, it was like before I started first grade. In any regard, so I was probably earlier than 6. I was probably like around 4 or something. I don't know. I was young. In any regard, so we go. I could have been older than that. Anyway, So I go to the I was young. Somebody came and got me. So I don't know. I could have been older, but somebody had to come get me. You understand what I'm saying? One of the things I will say is this. When I used to live alone, they used to come get me. Like I told you before, they used to come get me because there was like an event somewhere. So they had to come get me and pretend like we was all living happy, happy families. So I don't know how old I was, but they had took us to see a. But I do remember my youngest brother and my youngest sister being there. They took us to a. I only got one sister. They took us to the Big Top in Ringling Brothers. In it was cold too, so it's probably like around March. I think that's when they come to, like February, March. That's when they in New York. And the main thing I remember is this. I didn't think anything of the fucking clowns. The clowns just look like people that work at the arena for the most part because they need people to be able to run around and set up the scene. So they just put a clown thing on them and let them go trip around and do stuff every now and then. And then those guys put together a funny scene, so we're going to let them do it. So that's what the clowns look like to me. So I never really understood what people cleared for clowns, like clowns, or dislike clowns. I never saw a clown that was like, time for fun. I saw a clown and thought, hey, that guy got some work to do over there. You got to set the mask. And yes, I thought this as a child, just so we can be clear. So yeah, so I didn't know clowns were supposed to be scary. I thought they was just the guys that work at the place. You had to be in costume. Now clowns are just people on the internet that want to talk shit about you because they don't got nothing better to do with their life. That's the new clown. People just get on the internet. They just be like, I'm mad at you. You got to be mad at me. Then you be like, but fam, I'm not mad at you. They can't understand that. Oh, you pussy. You're not mad at me for no reason because I'm mad at you for no reason. You pussy. Like, what? Jay Tizzy said, my twin sister's scared of clowns. Oh, man, I feel bad for her. Is it ever like, y'all ever laugh at her about being scared of clowns? Like, how does she take this? If this is something that pisses her off, I feel bad about laughing. If this is something that she takes and she could also enjoy it, like it's something that's a little bit humorous, then a little giggle is good enough. I don't really have any phobias. None. I went most of my life with my family believing that I was just fearless. I always felt loved, by God, So I never thought of consequences. Like I always thought no matter what was going to happen, it was going to be something good. I just used to jump and just be like, I don't even know if I got a parachute, but I'm jumping and shit and I'm ripping the cord. You don't earn a name like Psycho Bob for nothing. All right? You don't earn that name for nothing. Man. You don't earn that name for nothing. I didn't call myself by that anyway. I was given that name by the hood. Shout out to Concourse Village. Love you niggas. East side and the west side. Love you niggas. I want to do a web series. I want to do a television show in there so bad, but I want them to renovate the place back to the way that it used to look. I want them to bring back the old look. The new look is not shit compared to the old look also, but I want them to bring back the old look, and I want to shoot a web series there because the old look, it was just more open, so it's just easier. You know what I'm saying? Also, we had like areas that we used to play football in. So, like, we grew up playing football right in the courtyard. That shit was like, I don't know what to tell you. Some dogs outside fighting. I'm not going out there though. I hope the dogs are okay. Or they barking. They're mad at each other. Like, oh shit. So I would love to do that show. Because I have a dope idea. I would love to do that show. I have a dope idea. For everybody that don't know, that area of the Bronx, Mob Deep and them used to go pull up over there. Not Concourse Village specifically, that area. They had a lot of producers over there that made some of your favorite music. If you know, you know. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, fam. If you know, you know. That's Gerard Ave, Sheridan Ave. I'm talking about over there, fam. If you know, you know. Some people don't know. Walton Ave, Gerard Ave, Sheridan Ave, over there. A lot of great music was produced over there. People just don't know. Some of y'all favorite songs. So there's a lot of stories over there. There's just a lot of like stories over there. And that's down the block, and that's across the street basically from Cortland. Cortland Projects is on the other side. Then also over there we got Vietnam is over there also. Like there's a lot going on over there, fam. 840 is right up the block. That would be the sister neighborhood to Concourse Village. 840, like we like brothers and sisters, like that. You know what I'm saying? Big Pun, wasn't he from over there near? Well, Joe was from Forest. I don't know. I don't think Pun was from Forest though. Pun was like from. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was like down there from Cyprus or some shit. For some strange reason, I think Pun was from near Cyprus, but Joe was from Forest Projects. And they call him Joey Crack because his pants used to show the crack of his ass. And I told y'all that. He just recently came out and told the world that. But I've been telling y'all that since we've had a page. Fam, I know niggas that know these niggas. I've been in the same circles with these niggas. Like, for real, for real. This is no cap. A lot of these niggas know me. That's why a lot of y'all look stupid when y'all be talking crazy. A lot of these niggas know me. You just didn't know me. That's all. Do you feel bad for 6ix9ine get hit by a car? 29 people voted. 21% said yes, they feel terrible. 6ix9ine should not have gotten hit. 48% said no, hit him again. Oh, he didn't get hit by a car. I said that shit because this damn Kid Thompson. The question is, do you feel bad at 6ix9ine getting hit by his girlfriend? Kid Thompson, man. See, that was Ian planted a thought inside of my head. Then I freaking, because I was on freaking autopilot, wasn't thinking. I then incorporated that thought into what I was doing. You understand what I'm saying? That's how fucking hypnotism worked, by the way. Anyway, do you feel bad for 6ix9ine for getting hit by his girlfriend? 20% said yes, we feel terrible for him. Something has to happen. Call the police. 47% said no, we don't feel bad for him. How many more cars do you got in the parking lot? 7% said 50-50. I kind of feel bad about them this morning, but not so much when they walk away. And 27% said just want to see all of the chaos, the results. How's everyone doing this morning? For everybody that don't know, today's Friday. Remember, people was like, yo, I pull up on Friday. Where you at, you rat bastard? All of the rat bastards that said they pull up on Friday. Where you at? Nobody don't have to do anything. I'm just, because I want to remember that I make sure that I said that. So the next time somebody say that, I could say, remember when I said? Kanye West speaks about Nicki Minaj declining to clear new body for his album. Kanye, nobody has to clear anything for you. Nicki does not have to clear that for you. You're upset she didn't clear it. Maybe she should have, but she didn't want to. She doesn't have to. Stop. Should she have cleared it? Sure, she should have cleared it. Why not? So you know how I keep telling y'all they need to make this chick right here the next Lois Lane? You know I keep telling y'all that? Yo, because they're going for a younger Superman. They're going for a younger Clark Kent. I said, yo, Jenna Ortega right here, they need to make her the next Lois Lane, right? You know how I keep saying that? Because this shit gonna loop or is it gonna like click to another side? Okay, you know how I keep saying that? I just want to also add I want to say one thing. Well, how in the hell was that other Lois Lane a damn ginger? Since when do Lois Lane become a redhead, fam? Nobody wants a redhead Lois Lane. Can we get the black brunette head Lois Lane with the damn attitude like every man she has to do, like the super feminist, because that's basically what Lois Lane was. She was feminist to the 10th degree. She was the highest level of a feminist damn near. And she was a nosy busybody that stayed getting into trouble because she didn't know when to stop. Could we get that Lois Lane back? Could we get the Lois Lane that was super smart and capable? Lois Lane was super smart and capable. Could we get that Lois Lane back? Could we stop getting only the Lois Lane that needs to be saved? Because that's not the only Lois Lane that exists. Could we get a Lois Lane that she's capable? I want to say this much. You want to know who I want them to bring back? I want them to bring MCU. I want them to bring back Natalie Portman's freaking Mighty Thor. I want her to get her own movie. That's what I want. Y'all don't know which female characters to damn use. Y'all using all of the female characters that people don't even like. I'm going to explain something. Yeah, she's like April O'Neil. I want to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to explain something. Just so we could be clear. People loved the Mighty Thor comic books that had Jane Foster as Thor. She was loved. Those comic books were loved. No one liked the Miss Marvel comic books. Nobody cared about them shits. Why would you make a movie out of Miss Marvel over and over again, but not give freaking Lady Thor her own movie? I love Natalie Portman. Padme. I love Padme. Like, if I met her, she's going to be real pissed off at me and never want to speak to me again because I'm going to call her Padme. That's what I'm going to call her every time I reference her. She's Padme. Every time I reference her. Every time I talk to this dude, he's Mr. Stark or Tony. I'm telling you, that's if you are a super prestigious actor or anything, and I meet you, I'm going to reference you by the character that I love the most that you play, and you're going to have to deal with it. I'm not going to treat you like you're that character. I'm going to treat you like you are who you are as a human being. But when I call your name, I'm going to call you by that character that you are that I deemed my favorite. There's a couple of y'all that's going to have a problem because I love Han Solo, but I also love Indy. So I guess it's just going to matter the situation and the circumstance. Love Han Solo, but I also love Indy. Yeah, so I'm definitely calling her Padme all day. And just like, Padme. Queen Amidala. That's what she is. I don't know what to tell you. Queen Amidala all day. In any regard, I love Lady Thor. So why would y'all not figure out a way to get her own movie? I need y'all to bring her back. Use that multiverse bullshit. I don't care. Why would you give Miss Marvel her own comic and nobody even a movie and nobody even liked her sing her comic? It all had to do with the LGBTQ thing because y'all wanted to make Miss Marvel gay. That's all that was. Now hold on, bang! I didn't even see the movie The Ms. I didn't even see the movie The Marvels or Miss Marvel 2, whatever the hell they call it that. I didn't see that, by the way. I just know what the agenda was. Also, why wouldn't y'all have like 2 or 3 Black Widow movies? Why in the hell didn't we get more Black Widow movies? One of the best movies in the MCU is The Winter Soldier, where Black Widow was the co-lead. I need to understand why she doesn't get more movies. That doesn't even make sense to me. I want her back too. I don't care what kind of freaking multiverse mumbo jumbo you got to do. Snatch her from another universe, damn it. I want her back. Another point I want to make real quick. For everybody that wasn't alive when the She-Hulk comic book run, the first She-Hulk comic book run happened, I'm going to explain something to you. I had an older brother, right? His name is, I had 2 older brothers. One name was Ray, right? So Ray and his friends used to go to comic book conventions, and somehow we ended up with like thousands of comic books in my basement. I'm just going to say that much. Then I had another brother named Mike, right? He collected also. So whenever a new like line of comic book came, because comic books drop once a month. You only once a month, you only gotta have like $1.25 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Get a comic 75 cents, like once a month, you go buy a fucking comic. So I know the She-Hulk run. So I'm gonna tell you something. That was not a comic people liked. Nobody liked the She-Hulk comics. She was so unliked, her comic got these canceled. So they only made She-Hulk for one reason. For everybody that don't know, the Incredible Hulk TV show that used to come on CBS with Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby? So CBS had talked to Marvel because they were going to make a She-Hulk movie. When Marvel heard this, they understand how character rights work in the comic book universe. The way, character who owns the right to a character is who publishes that character first. So if CBS would have made a She-Hulk television show before they released the She-Hulk comic book, CBS would have owned the character She-Hulk. So Marvel wasn't even thinking about making a fucking character. They just didn't want these niggas to own the rights to their character. So they just quickly came up with a concept, rushed the shit to market, made the comic books. Nobody liked it. The shit got discontinued. And then that's why you see She-Hulk with the Fantastic Four. And then because something happened to Ben Grimm, so they need to plug somebody in that spot. So the person that was writing the Fantastic Four at that time, they was like, do we got any characters that we could plug in the spot? We need a strong person. Why don't you just use the She-Hulk? Fine. That's how she was getting on shit. She's not a light character. They gave her a whole TV show. And I'm going to explain something for everybody that don't like the TV show. That's exactly how the comic was. Nobody liked the comic. Anyway, I was pissed off when they started killing off certain Marvel characters. Not me so much. I don't like that they killed off Black Widow in a way that they can't bring her back. I thought that sucked. Black Widow and Gamora both being killed off that way sucked. They did it to 2 women too, so that really sucked. I thought that sucked. Those iterations of those characters can't come back. But a different iteration of the character could obviously come back, as we see with Gamora. It says, I wish they would redo Superman versus Doomsday fight. The movie was nothing like the comic. Well, first, okay, so this is the problem with the DC universe. I hope they fix these issues. They don't have enough character development. See, Marvel benefits. The first three stages of Marvel benefited because of the character development that was done in the beginning of stage one. So the character development that happened leading up to the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, that carried the second and third phases. That character development. You understand? So that's what the DC EU was missing. They didn't give their characters any real direction. They're allowing for, if I make a movie, like I'm going to use Star Wars as an example. The last three Star Wars movies that came out, we don't really like them. But the main reason why is independently as movies themselves, they have flaws, but they're okay. It's when you take the movies together and collectively try to create a narrative where they even more don't make no damn sense. Why? Because they had three different people or three different teams of people or just different teams of people with different vision involved with each one of these different movies. And they didn't have a collective. And I think it's the second movie where the biggest issues actually started transpiring, because those are the movie that has the biggest disconnect from the other two, and it's dead in the middle. So that's basically what is happening to the DCEU. There's no real connective fission between, the movies, because you got movies that are tonally different, thematically different. There's no overarching opponent. There are antagonists. There's no overarching theme. Everything exists in its own universe independently, but we're just acting like they're all together. You understand? So there's slight references made, but there's no real impact that happens from one movie that another movie feels. Now, you can't say that about the MCU. But that's just how DC comic books are done. And that's generally how Marvel comic books are done. DC operates where any individual artist could just basically create his own universe. Whereas Marvel, everybody exists inside of whatever universe that they exist inside of, and you have to make a story inside of that universe that also fits with the other things that's going on inside of that universe. It's a different type of content creation than what they're doing over at DC. If that makes any sense. I prefer the Marvel method. I prefer everything being connected. Like every that's my stomach. I ate this morning. It's just settling. So every how do you say? So almost every. So when I write like this. I create the universe that exists, and then I write the story that exists inside of the universe. So I don't just say I want to write a story about espionage. I say I'm going to create a universe that exists. This is happening in this universe. That's happening in this universe. That's happening in this universe. And so now, after I create how the universe works, now I'm going to create the thing that I want to create happening in the universe. I don't start with my character. I write different. So everything I write is basically almost everything is connected. And if it's not connected to this set of, it's connected to that set of. And I kind of have three or four different universes that I write my stories in that exist. Doomsday said literally beat the whole Justice League ass with one arm tied behind his back, the first 4 comics. I think that's mightily missed for us to generally understand how dangerous Doomsday was. I think them using him just in one movie as a throwaway villain was terrible, but that still goes to the understanding of they're just trying to make a big blockbuster movie. They're not trying to create media. They're trying to create cinema. Not even that. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to create. Shout out to Nick the Slick. Salute. You understand? So I don't know what they're doing over there. That didn't make sense. You could have made an overarching set of movies with each different movie is Doomsday fighting a different group. For everybody that don't know, what Jay Tizzy is talking about is in the comic books, there was like a Doomsday whooped all of the heroes' ass before he fought Superman. That's what he's talking about. Doomsday was whooping. Doomsday's ultimate power is when you kill him, he comes back to life. And when he comes back to life, however was the way that you killed him, you can't kill him that same way again. It's impossible. Doomsday whooped every hero before him and Superman had their clash. That's what Jay Tizzy is talking about. And I'm saying the way Disney or Warner Brothers was working, that wouldn't have been a possibility because they're not going to make a plan that happens long enough for us to understand just how dangerous Doomsday is. Like they're not going to. How many different phases was the Infinity Saga? That was like 3 phases, fam. How many years was that? That was over a decade. Was that like a decade? How long was the first 3 phases? That was over a decade. Do you understand why they can't catch up to MCU? They can't. The MCU would literally just have to throw the freaking baby out with the bathwater. They can't catch up. They shouldn't even be trying to. Oh, shit. I want to remind y'all something. Who was in here a couple of months ago when I said, it could have been like a whole year, but who was in here when I said, when they first said that they was going to get rid of Zack Snyder's universe, and they first said that they was going to make this dude the head. Who was the dude that said they should battle and go head to head? Who said that? Who said these guys should make Justice League movies and those guys should make Justice League movies and they shouldn't even be competing with the MCU, they should be competing with each other? Who said that? I said that, by the way. Just go to any video where we talked about this dude taking over the head of the DCEU. Guess what I just saw? Zack Snyder, basically Netflix is trying to buy the rights to be able to make movies, DC movies, and Zack Snyder said that if they get the rights, he'll come back and make more movies. Fam, I'm good at this, fam. Glory be to God. I'm good at this, fam. They cannot catch up to the MCU. They can't. But the DC comic books can compete against DC movies can compete against other DC movies. That's what they should lean into. They're not going to catch up to Marvel. Just forget it. That shouldn't even be an objective. The fuck is this? They live? I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't even know if I should show you. It's like the person had like mice for fingers. Fam, I told y'all. I said they should compete against one another. It don't make sense. You can't catch up to the MCU. I keep trying to tell you, if I had somebody, oh shit, I gotta plug in this shit before the battery dies. I keep trying to tell you, if I had somebody in here that was playing like the stock market and shit, fam, they'd be killing if they would have been knowing to listen to the shit I'm talking about and they was playing the stock market. They would have been killing, fam. I'm telling you. I know how to cap. I don't got a cat, fam. That should be by accident. I just be telling you what I think. That's it. It just turns out the shit I think be good ideas. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe that's not my words I'm saying. I don't know what to tell you. Let's look and see what our word we got for the Bible today. I don't know what to tell you, fam. You don't think sometimes I be surprised as shit when I say something and it happens? You don't think I don't be surprised sometimes? All right, so our daily refresh for today is, I know I always have word problems with this word. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. It says, show that you belong. Hold on. Let's go in so we can read the easy way. It's verse 17. We're gonna read the easy way first, and then we're gonna read the King James Version. It says, show that you belong to the Lord Jesus with everything that you do and with everything that you say. Always thank God the Father in the way that you serve Jesus. Once again, this is easy way for the easier understanding, to be more easily understood. Show that you belong to the Lord Jesus with everything that you do and with everything that you say. Always thank God the Father in the way that you serve Jesus. Let's go to King James Version real quick. I'm going to read that one, and then we're going to get it up out of here. Once again, Colossians, I don't know how to say that. Chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Yeah, so always give thanks to the Most High. Everything that we do, it should be a reflection of God, the Most High. Imagine if all you're doing is out here trying to harass me all day, every day, and we supposed to be out here making sure that everything we do is a reflection of God. But what you're doing is you out here trying to harass another guy that's just out here trying to do what he's supposed to be doing. That's just want to say that. The Bible says, and whatever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus. But you spending all of your time to harass somebody else and lie on them and try to ruin their life. And I'm over, and that person is busy trying to say, these people work for Satan. And why wouldn't you believe me? I don't understand why you wouldn't believe me when I tell you that people that do that work for Satan. Why wouldn't you believe me? I'm just asking. And the very next line, by the way, is wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as it is fit in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them. Coincidentally, that's what we was talking about earlier also, wasn't it? Sheesh. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go check this chick's Instagram. I'll be able to jump up on the time. Okay. I'm trying to. Is it words or some shit? Okay. All right. But playing some Nicki Minaj song. I can't play that on here. Somebody said MJ only played 15 years. Okay. Semantics? You doing semantics much? Yo, did everybody else's internet go off? Did everybody else's like internet go off last night? Apparently, there was in New York City. There was like a power outage or something because a generator or something went out. So I went to sleep last night like, oh shit, the internet is out, whatever, right? So I wake up this morning and the first thing I'm thinking of is, was this like a test? Did they just do a test on us yesterday? Because it seems like the internet went out when they would normally have that come up on the screen. It's like, it's just a test. In case there needed to be a warning. You know, when that shit come up on the screen and like in the middle of the night, that's when the fucking internet went off. Like around the same time that would be happening. Just something to think about. I don't know. Don't pay me no attention. What the fuck do I know, right? Don't pay me no attention. What time we got? 11:37. I know we started late. Ken Thompson said definitely a test, right? Test, right? That's what I thought. Just telling you that's what I thought. I don't know what to tell you. That's what I thought. Who knows? I don't like talking about stuff like this, and it don't have nothing to do with y'all. It has something to do with me, because I be right about a lot of shit. So I hate talking about things that might like that. I ain't talking about shit that's bad. So if that really was a test, that mean that that's really a bad thing. Like, do you understand this? Like, if that really was a test, if that really wasn't just a problem, like if that really sincerely was a test, like that's bad for us. Like, y'all fucked up by electing these Democrats. Y'all fucked up. Like, y'all fucked up by electing these Democrats. But it is what it is. God says that certain things are supposed to happen before Jesus returns back to the earth. So, you know, or makes his presence known, because he's here already, just before he makes his presence known. So, you know, whatever. I guess I got to be for all of the destruction and all of whatever the BS that's happening in mankind. I kind of got to be for it. Because I want God to come back and claim us. So I kind of got to be for all of the shenanigans, you know, whatever. But if it is what I think it is, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't know what to tell you. My arm is killing me. I got to start getting more exercise in. My arm is killing me. They say bad stroke when your arms start feeling numb and shit. But I thought I messed up my neck, so I thought that's where it came from. But maybe it's not, you know? Maybe that's what's happening, you know? Maybe I'm like, well, I'm like almost did whatever it is I was supposed to do. I hope I did do it. It's kind of exciting, sad, but kind of exciting, you know? It's kind of exciting. 85-year-old man from Washington, D.C. was charged with stabbing his wife because he didn't want to eat the pancakes she made. So I don't know what's going on with those pancakes, fam, but if they're that bad. Hodge Gibson. I have no idea why he's gonna just retire a Nick, I'm assuming. I don't see no other reason why you would why you would pay Tosh Gibson a roster spot other than maybe you want him to come in and teach. I guess the news stories nowadays be crazy for him. I mean, I don't know what was going on with those pancakes. Foldable footwear. Hold on. Kanye says he got new foldable footwear. What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, so this is some new Kanye stuff. It's supposed to be foldable footwear. Why would you need to fold your footwear? Is there ever any time that you're at a place and you was like, I sure wish these shoes would fold up? Why would you need foldable, especially a man? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to tell you. You know what? Forget it. Lois Lane. I don't know why she's in my feed all the time. There's nothing I can do about it. Look, you can look and see. I don't be hitting nothing on none of these shits. It's just she's just in my feed all day. I do not know why. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. Just that's hey, shout out to Reagan. I have no idea why. I love the outfit right there though. I have no idea. I have no idea why. There's zero idea. Is that her too? No, some Asian dude. I have no idea why. I can't see by the way the light is shining. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. Zero idea why. You can see I'm not hitting likes on none of these shits. It's just I don't know why. I think I liked somebody's post at some point. And you know how they be like, we'll send you a thing. And then I just got caught in the algorithm. And now I don't gotta like no post at all. Because I like the show Wednesday. All I know is Wednesday content popped up on my Instagram. I hit the like button, and ever since then, I see her all day. That's all I know. I mean, she's cute and all, but damn. I don't even find females attractive that I don't think I'm their type. Is that weird? Like, if I don't think I'm a woman's type, I don't find her attractive. Like, the main thing that makes me attracted to you is me thinking you're attracted to me. Like, once I don't think a woman is attracted to me, I have zero interest. And I don't care how you look. Fucking raccoons. Anyway, I guess it's time for the show. What would it make you think she's not attracted to you? She might though. I didn't say she's not attracted to me. Did I? If I did say that, that's not what I meant. She a cutie. She like 21 years old, fam. Believe me, she's not thinking about the kid. I have no idea how old she is. I have no idea how old she is. Also, I can bang 23-year-olds. That's not. It's. I'm just gonna be quiet. You don't need to know how I know. That's not an issue. But I'm saying like this is just not something I think that's pliable. It's not something I think about. That's the point on which I was trying to make. I have no idea if she is attracted to me or not, or will find me attractive. But that's since I don't even think whether she finds me attractive or not. It's not even something I would think. I wouldn't even think about being attracted to her. Like I just think different. It's all for me to explain. That's what I mean by so I can't really. So I could see a woman and think she's aesthetically appealing. But me thinking that you're aesthetically appealing, like me thinking that you're cute or me thinking that you're beautiful or something like that, is totally different than me wanting to like do anything with you, me wanting to hang out with you, or you know what I'm saying, get to know you more. Like, so there's a lot of attractive women, like all over the place, man. Like you, like to say you gonna date or not date somebody. I'm only gonna date pretty bitches. Well, there's a lot of pretty bitches, man. What are you talking about? Which one you gonna choose? So there got to be more to it. You understand what I'm saying? It got to be more to that. You know what I'm saying? Just because that pretty and that pretty look different, that don't mean they're not both pretty. You understand what I'm saying? Like the pretty just look different. There's nothing wrong with that. Told you, I just think different, fam. And Cardi B is going off on Offset. She's pissed off at Offset. Said you look like it looked like she told the nigga to be quiet or she gonna take it there. See, that's the part I don't get. Like the more money I would have, the more reason I would be like, I gotta stay faithful. The more opportunity I have, the more I be like, I gotta stay like to my niggas, to my people, to my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I think. I don't think more opportunity. I don't wanna. I made the mistake before of uh stretching myself too thin. It's just not something I'm ever gonna do again if given the opportunity. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I think it's time for me to eat. I gotta start getting me more exercise, and that's a fact. Gotta get something. I gotta go get something to eat. I'm hungry. Everybody, just have a blessed day. I mean, do something worth doing. Today's Friday. Mm, not today. Not today. I was gonna say something. We might do something, but not today. Not today. It's too cold. It was an outside thing. In any regard, everybody, just have a blessed day. Go out there, do something worth doing, and then stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you, and that's all I got on this one. I'm out.